Here comes Ricky home from the store. He has something in his basket. 2 cans of fruit juice, 1 of pineapple juice, and 1 of a special kind of orange juice. Ricky's sister Jane is having a birthday party, and Mother is going to mix some juice for the girls who are coming. Mother said she wanted to mix a gallon of orange juice with a quart of pineapple juice. At the store, they said this was enough for a gallon of orange juice, but on the can it says 1 quart liquid. But with this kind of orange juice, you add water to make up a gallon. What is a quart? What is a gallon? Mother says a quart is one way of measuring things that pour, things that are liquids. A gallon is another liquid measure. Let's compare a quart and a gallon. You put in 1 can of this. That's 1 quart. But that's not a gallon. Add 1 quart of water. That makes 2 quarts. And another quart. That's 3. And another quart. That's 4. Look, it comes right to the top. It says on the big bottle, 1 gallon liquid. How many times did she empty the quart can into the gallon bottle? That's right, 4. 4 quarts make 1 gallon. Ricky thinks, boy, there's a lot of juice in a gallon, 4 times as much as in a quart. So that's a gallon. Ricky has heard his father talk about gallons. 5 gallons of gasoline for the car. 10-gallon cans of milk at the dairy farm. But this is 1 gallon. Jane is ready for the party for her girlfriends. Ricky is not going to the party. Besides, he's busy thinking about measures. This is 1 quart, and this is 1 quart. Do all quarts hold the same? Let's see. There's a milk bottle. Mother says that's 1 quart. And there's a measure she uses for cooking. Yes, and it says right on it, 1 quart liquid. Does each of these hold 1 quart? Does each hold the same? They look so different. How would you find out if they hold the same? Well, he should be able to fill one from another and just come out even, shouldn't he? Now Ricky is going to pretend something. He's going to pretend that this water is orange juice. Would you like to pretend with Ricky? All right. Now the juice in the measure is even with the top line that says 1 quart. Will the juice fill the milk bottle? Carefully. It just fills the milk bottle. These quarts do hold the same. They look different, but they hold the same. Let's try another. By the time Ricky has filled the cans, he finds that it doesn't matter about the shape. It's the amount of liquid that each holds that makes it a quart size. And these 4 quarts together hold as much as a bigger measure, the gallon. Now this quart bottle, what part of a gallon is this? In a gallon there are, well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts. So 1 quart is 1/4 of a gallon. Or you can say 1 quart is 1/4 of a gallon. But how much is a quart? Is there another way to measure a quart? Here's a bottle smaller than a quart. It's called, do you know? It's called 1 pint. How many pints in a quart? 1. But that doesn't fill the quart. It takes more. It takes 1 more pint. 2 pints in all. 2 pints in a quart. 2 pints in a quart, and we already know there are 4 quarts in a gallon. See if you can tell how many pints it would take to fill a gallon. There would be 2 pints from this quart and 2 pints from this one. 2 pints from this and 2 pints from this. 8 pints in all. In 1 gallon bottle, there's enough juice to fill 4 quart bottles, or enough to fill 8 pint bottles. The smaller the bottles, the more bottles it takes to hold the same amount of juice. Do you see why? Then Ricky thought about another measure that Mother used yesterday in baking the birthday cake. Jane heard that Mother wanted a cup of milk for the cake. A cup like this one she uses for coffee? No. Mother explained what you probably already know. The only cup you use for measuring is the kind that's marked. When the cook asks for a cup of something, she usually means a measuring cup. But how much is a cup? Today, Ricky is going to find out how much is a cup. We know the big measure holds 1 quart. See, it's marked, 1 quart. And halfway down is another mark for 1 pint. Now let's stop pretending that this is orange juice so Ricky can pour the water out. Ricky could do all his measuring with water, and so could you if you wanted to. How many cups will fill a pint? Let's see. There's 1 cup. And 2. 2 cups in a pint. If it takes 2 cups to fill a pint, then 1 cup must be 1/2 pint. And that's how Ricky learned something about measuring liquids. After that, when they went to market, Ricky looked for all sorts of things that are measured in pints and quarts and gallons. What do you think he sees? Look, Jane, there are big bottles of milk, bigger than a quart, but not as big as a gallon. It says on the bigger bottles, 1/2 gallon. G-A-L period stands for gallon. If there are 4 quarts in a gallon, then half a gallon must be 2 quarts. And look, over here are other quarts. Quarts in a different shape, square instead of round, paper instead of glass. But they still measure 1 quart. 1 quart liquid. Sometimes QT period stands for quart. You know, it's fun to try to guess how much something holds before you look at the words. See if you can tell. If each of these holds 1 quart, how much in each of these? That's right, 1 pint liquid. Sometimes we use the letters PT period as short for pint. And if each of these holds 1 pint, how much in each of these? Yes, you can guess. 1/2 pint. What else do you know that measures a 1/2 pint? Do you remember? Mother used it in baking. That's right, a measuring cup, a 1/2 pint cup. Then Ricky has an idea. He wants to start a collection of pints and quarts and gallons. See how many different ones he can find. Jane will help. Does that sound like fun? Wouldn't you like to learn more about measuring liquids?
it.